The NHL trade deadline has come and gone. Let's talk about what our Utah Hockey Club did to move us forward.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to this special edition of Utah Hockey DNA. What's going on, AJ?
Not much, man. Not much. Just living the good life. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Thanks for asking. We wanted to do a quick special episode of the DNA Sports Recap Trade Line Edition. We wanted to jump into not only covering what the Utah Hockey Club did, also all the transactions that they did on the way up to the trade deadline. We wanted to hop on here real quick and give a quick run through of that. How's that sound for you, AJ?
That sounds great, man. Let's jump into it.
Absolutely. So we did have some action on trade deadline for your Utah Hockey Club. Why don't you go ahead and go into the transactions the team made today?
Yeah, so it looks like the only transaction we had today was we did acquire a 2026 fifth-round pick that's kind of heading our way. We did send Roddy Soderstrom and the Shea Weber contract to the Chicago Blackhawks. So did move some pieces. Per Bill Armstrong, he just said a little bit of housekeeping on our end, just trying to gain some cap space for future seasons and, kind of move some players out that they may not be utilizing.
Yeah, it was noted earlier this week in an interview with Bill Armstrong that he said they did most of their grocery shopping prior to the trade deadline, dealing with all the injuries we had. So with everybody coming back and healthy, a lot of transactions weren't really necessary for this team going into the deadline. So, yeah, but we did want to go ahead and talk about all the transactions that happened up to that point. Let's talk contract extensions. Utah Hockey Club, for over the last week coming up to this deadline, did make some significant moves when it comes to extending some of their players. So we definitely wanted to get into that. Let's first talk about our boy Veggie, man. Our boy Veggie got a 5-year contract extension earlier this week. Did you see the details on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 5 years, $10.5 million. Looks like this deal is front loaded. So Veggie's going to get $5.75 million for the first 2 years, $5.1 million in the third, and then the final 2 years of his contract will be just under $4 million.
This is huge, man. We talked about this on a previous episode about whether or not they moved Veggie at the deadline would be an indicator on whether or not this team is punting the season or whether or not they were going to be going all in. We thought that this was the key player that kind of gave us an indication of what this team is doing. I don't know, man. What do you think about this extension?
Yeah, I mean, it really was. I mean, Veggie, his opportunity came when Connor Ingram went down earlier this year, and he just took full advantage of it. I mean, he had another great game last night. He had 38 saves on 40 shots, only gave up 2 goals. And I mean, 38 saves is crazy in one night, right? After the game, he kind of goes on to say, "I'm just tired," but he did. He had such a great game, and this is a huge move for Utah Hockey Club. You kind of get your key goalie, and you kind of get to keep moving forward, and you got him locked up for the long term.
Absolutely. 39 games he's played in this season with 36 starts. His save percentage is .912, which is good for a 2.44 goal assist average, which is, great. I'm happy to have him and happy to have him here long term. So really excited about that one. Fan favorite, Veggie, for sure. Fan favorite.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and pivot on top, talk a little bit more about some of these extensions. Let's talk about Alex Kerfoot. Alex Kerfoot received a 1-year, $3 million contract extension on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, and this is great for Alex, man. This is great for Utah Hockey Club. The fact is he's one of those guys where your best ability is availability. And, he's played 406 consecutive games dating back to November 30th of 2019. That's the 4th longest active Ironman streak in the NHL so far this year.
That is crazy. Yeah, he's got 94 goals, over 186 assists in 585 career NHL games with Colorado, Toronto, Arizona, and now Utah. So it's super awesome to have, an Ironman on the team, man. Absolutely love that we inked him in for 1 more year. And, really looking forward to seeing him finish out the season and have 1 more year with him on the team for sure.
Absolutely.
With that said, we actually had another teammate of his that received a 1-year, $3 million contract, and that was actually Ian Cole. Ian Cole received a similar contract.
Yeah, then this is great for Ian, man. I mean, I love it for Utah Hockey Club. This dude's got a ton of playoff experience, right? I mean, this season so far, he's got a goal, 12 assists in his 61 games. He's a 36-year-old Notre Dame player. He's got 35 goals, 171 assists, and 887 career games. So I mean, this is a guy with a ton of experience that's going to continue to help this team move forward.
Yeah, 129 playoff experience, 129 playoff games that he's had over his career, helping the Penguins to back-to-back titles in 2016, 2017. So you really love to have a championship pedigree type player on this team. Not only having along for this year, but keeping along for one more season for this Utah Hockey Club. So absolutely love to see it for sure. From that, we also have the one that actually was announced earlier this week, probably around Monday or Tuesday, super earlier this week, which is actually Olli Mata. He received a contract extension. His was, I believe, a 3-year contract extension. And what are the details on this one?
So this one is the 3-year 10.5, which comes out to $3.5 million per year annually. I think I made a mistake. I think the Veggie contract is more than 10.5, obviously. Those numbers didn't add up.
The Veggie contract?
Yeah, but the AAV was correct on the Veggie contract. So the Olli Mata signed a 3-year contract. I mean, this defenseman's got 14 points. He's averaging 20 minutes and 41 seconds of ice time in his 51 games since being acquired in a trade from the Red Wings earlier this year.
No, it's huge, man. He's, Bill Armstrong said in a statement there that he's a smart defenseman, true professional, both on and off the ice. He brought stability to the blue line during a tumultuous time for this team when we had a lot of players dropping like flies there for a while. He really applauds. He went on to be quoted that he really applauds his tremendous work ethic and being an excellent role player for the young players. So Mata at age 30, super awesome to have him with the team and be with the team a little bit longer than just another 1-year contract extension. He's with this team for 3 years. So, I mean, those are all the moves that happened for this Utah Hockey Club as far as the transactions that they made going up to the deadline. What we want to do now is kind of quickly touch on how it affects the Utah Hockey Club's chances at the wild card position. Now, we have 3 teams ahead of us in the wild card right now. We have the St. Louis Blues, we have the Vancouver Canucks, and we also have the team that's holding on to the final spot, which is the Calgary Flames, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the crazy part is we're talking 3-point difference between us and the Flames right now. So that's 2 solid wins and 2 straight losses for anybody. So there's not much room for error for anybody in between these teams, and none of those teams really did anything during the trade deadline. They kind of all did just like Utah Hockey Club. They just stood pat. They kind of stayed with the players that they currently got under contract. So this is an exciting time, man. I mean, Utah Hockey Club's got a chance. They've won 7 of their last 10. They're really kind of starting to find their rhythm. They are playing much better at home, which is huge because we got a bunch of home games that are going to mean everything, coming into the tail end of this season.
Oh yeah, 3 out of their last 4 home games, which is a great record for this team that really struggled early in the season to get any wins at home. So I think that's probably the Utah faithful showing up and really helping this team move forward. Obviously, the players are playing great on the ice and they figure some stuff out down there. But I'm glad to see that the Utah faithful are out there supporting this team for sure. Yeah, super excited, man. It's gonna be fun to follow this team for the last 22 games are left in this season. It's coming down to it. Yeah, it's coming down the wire. So love to see it. And we'll definitely keep covering and keep you folks up to date on what's going on coming down the stretch here. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about the Utah Hockey Club. Did this team do enough during the trade deadline? Do you think it's odd that the other teams also did pretty much the exact same thing the Utah Hockey Club did and stayed pat with what their current roster is? We want to hear from you folks in the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts about the contract extensions we got to our unrestricted free agents coming up this season. Were these the right players to extend? Did they miss anything? We want to hear from you in the comments down below for sure.
Absolutely.
With that said, folks, as a reminder, we did just launch this channel, Utah Hockey DNA. This is a channel specifically for your Utah Hockey Club, our Utah Hockey Club. So be sure, if you have not yet, check out this channel. Smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there, and make sure you smash that like button and keep him happy over there. It really is what that's what he feeds on for sure.
Well, I need it. Yeah,
exactly. That and whiskey, man. That's what gets us through the day for sure. For sure. If you have not yet, smash that subscribe button as well, where we're going to be giving away one of those Utah Hockey Club jerseys once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that giveaway. With all that said, my name is Darren. That is AJ. And this has been an edition of Utah Hockey DNA.